Harakakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who do rule well and taught us this truth, and blessings and brakatham to the hopeful election out there still enduring in the faith. Shalom to you. We'll go ahead and get into it. Like I said, jump straight to it, man. Straight to it. And hopefully this is the exhortation to the flock, as well as myself, I'm gonna do this. It's not just for you, it's for myself as well. I'm gonna start at Galatians chapter 3. Lesson of humility and honor. So Galatians 3 and 5. Dealing with, faith, because a lot of times you find yourself into this truth, and you can get weeded out due to your own lack of faith, your own lack of humility, your own lack of mercy, your own lack of charity, your own lack of whatever the case may be, because you're constantly pointing the fingers at others. So sometimes it's best to take the lowest seat in the chamber. But as it is, this is Galatians 3 and 1. It says, "O foolish Galatians, who have bewitched you?" And this is the Galatians. When we go into it, get a little, it says the Galatians have began their, Christian journey. We don't like using that word, but they're followers of Hamashiach. Their journey in following Hamashiach by faith. It said now they seemed content to abandon the faith and chart a new course based on the works instead. It says Paul's letter to the churches of Galatia. It says is at once a vigorous attack against the gospel of works and rigorous defense. You said into the gospel of faith. It says the gospel began by presenting credentials which supported the message from Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua that shared blessings comes from Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by faith. It says not by the law. The law declares people guilty and imprisons them. Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua declares those with faith righteous and sets them free in Hamashiach Yahushua. And this is talking about the Israelite foreigners that are coming back in. The house of mourning, the house of faith, house of mercy, house of peace, household of the tabernacle of David. This is all who this entails, man. That will be coming back to by way of the Spirit today. It says, but liberty is not a license. It says freedom. And Hamashiach means that believers are free to produce fruits of righteousness, fruits of the Spirit, through the Spirit-led lifestyle, not by living any way they please. So that's why we say we keep the law to the best of your ability. There's still laws that you keep. That's why it says study the Torah. Study this to show thyself approved. Prove to thy own self what is lawful. But without further ado, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to go to where I had here planned out. It says, Galatians 3 and 3, it says, Are ye foolish? Are ye so foolish, having begun in the spirit? Are ye now made perfect by the flesh? It says, Have ye suffered so many things in vain, if it yet be in vain? So pretty much your works, you can work as hard as you want to be the best, now I'm not saying just stop working, just stop doing anything. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is you can go so hard in something that you forget about the root cause of why you're doing it. Meaning you can go so hard into plowing that you start plowing on somebody else's work, man. And then they have to come, hey bro, like chill, man. This is my portion. You good. But you in your head, you ain't, nah, I'm the hardest worker out here. I'm the best. Nah, see that mindset right there, that's not a faith, man. You have to have faith that you're whoever, whatever, for whatever the example is, whoever's plowing with you is out doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay? It says, he therefore that ministereth to you the Spirit and worketh miracles among you, doeth he it by the works of the law or by learning of faith? It says, even Abraham believed in Hamashiach, believed in Yahweh, and was accounted for him righteousness. It said, no, therefore that they which are of the faith are of the same children of Abraham. Now you don't take this and then go say, see, this is of Abraham, the faith of Abraham is all I need to get into the kingdom. No, because if you keep reading, you go down. It says, this is 13, it says, the blessing of Abraham might come through the Gentiles through Hamashiach Yahushua, that we might receive the promise of the spirit of faith. Now keep going. This is Galatians chapter 3 to verse 18. It says, for if the inheritance be of the law, it is of a promise, but Yahweh gave it to Abraham by promise. Wherefore serveth the law, it was added because of transgressions, till his seed should come. It says, whom the promise was made through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Through the promise was made, and it was ordained by the angels in the hand of a mediator, which is Yahweh Shah. So that's where we find our strength. That's where we find, I guess you could say he lives within us. So him living within us, that's our mediator. That's who judges us. It says the spiritual man judge of all things, but he himself is not judged. It says, let me just go ahead and get context on that too, because people will take that and turn that into something else. This is Galatians chapter. You know what? Yeah, let's go to your feet. Yeah, go back, man. Salakia. That's the spirit. This is Galatians chapter 4, verse 22. For it is written that Abraham received 2 sons, by a bondmaid and by a free woman. But it was the bond when the Ishmael and Isaac. It says, but it was but of the free woman was by the promise, which was Sarah, which she bared Isaac, which things are of allegory for the things which are 2 covenants. He said the one from Mount Sinai, the generation to bondage, which is Hagar. It says for Hagar is Mount in Sinai in Arabia, and answer of Jerusalem, where is now and is in bondage her children. But Yasharallah, which is above, is free, which is a mother of us all, which came through Isaac. So when you skip down, it says, verse 28, now we brethren, as Isaac was, the children of the promise, and then it goes into Jacob as well, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, children of the promise, but as of then was born after the flesh, persecuted him, which was born of the spirit. So even so it is now. So Hamashiach, Yahushua came down, he made himself no reputation, of no likeness of anything of him that seemed beautiful or loving, or I guess you say comely. He wasn't ugly or anything, but he just wasn't what they expected. They expected him to come down and take the Roman Empire right then and there, but it just wasn't time yet. Everything is on the Heavenly Father's time. Just moving on, because humility and understanding, I had to just get a little background on that, but humility on understanding who you are, that's going to matter. Humility that you are Israelite. You don't have to, you are not obligated to deal with any other heathen outside of your brethren, man. To truth be told, now there's conduct when you're dealing with heathen, if it be possible, live peaceably among all men. But we're technically not obligated to show them any kind of you don't have to be around them. But if you go around them, use wisdom. This is I'm gonna go to let's go to Psalm 146. Let's get down to Psalm 146. Psalm 146, and I'm starting at verse 7. It says, let's start at verse 8. For verse 5. It says, happy is he that have the God of Jacob for his help, whose hope is in the Lord his God. It said, which made heaven and earth and sea and all therein is. It says, which keepeth truth forever. It says, which execute judgment for the oppressed. It said, which giveth food to the hungry. The Lord looseth the prisoners. It said, the Lord opened the eyes of the blind. It says, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, raised them up, them that are bowed down. The Lord loveth the righteous. So the Lord loves humility. He shuns the proud. It's clearly throughout all the scriptures, you know. So you can't be too proud. None of us can be too proud to receive correction, because, like it says, we all are. Any righteousness, anything you try to do of the law is counted as filthy rags. But you keep it to the best of your ability. But just understanding that that's not what's going to, that is not the saving, that is not your saving grace, man. What's going to save you is if Yahweh Shah Mashiach is in you. How do you know if he's in you? By the doctrine, by the calling on the name, them believing on the name, them standing up on their feet. However, so they may be doing so. Well, the highways and byways, man. You know, and calling out on those names, that makes a difference too. Go to Proverbs 25. Proverbs 25 and 5. It says, these are also proverbs of Solomon, which men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied out. It says, it is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter. It says, the heaven for height and the earth for depth. It says, the heart of kings is unsearchable. So pretty much you can't fake in this truth. You can't fake around in this truth. That's why it talks about examining each other. I mean, examining your brethren as well as yourselves. You know, examine a friend, if you will, in Sirach 6. Matter of fact, I'll get that real quick. Sirach chapter 6. Sirach chapter 6, and let's start at verse 2. It says, extol not thyself in the counsel of thine own heart. It says, that thou soul be not torn into pieces as a bull straying along. Thou shalt eat up the leaves and loose the dry fruit, and leave thyself as a dry tree. A wicked soul shall destroy him that have it. It says, and shall make him that laugh to scorn his enemies. So pretty much it's telling you to be cautious of the people that you're dealing with. You know, even those that you may think is around you is, you know, because you never know. Anybody can turn right now. That's why I say, you know, study. You know, get this. What's the word? Prove to that, not prove to thyself. It says, the word I'm looking for. I can't. It's lost me. But this is Sirach 6. It skipped down to verse 7. It says, if thou wouldst get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Because for some man is a friend for his own occasion, that will not abide in the day of trouble. So, like I said, it's the same thing about respect or of person. Anybody can get corrected. Even though we know the Lord has favorites, you know, it's not one of those things where you just get to, any of us get to do whatever we want to do. And at the end of the day, the man has a job, the woman has a job, and you know, all of us have, you know, a portion of what we should be doing, you know, right now in these times. You know, doing it to the best of your ability. That's what's going to stand the test of time. You know, you just continuing on. You run, like the elder always said, the elder apostle Rama. When you run, you don't sprint. You know, on a mile run, you pace yourself with a decent pace. And this is just going back to what I was reading though. It says it's Proverbs 25, and go down to verse 7. For it says, for better it is that for better it is that it be said unto thee, come up hither, than that shouldst be put lower in the presence of a prince, whom thine eyes have seen. And reading before that, it says, verse 5 says, take the wicked from before the king, and the throne shall be established in righteousness. You know, because that I know where I can do bad all by myself. You know, I don't need nobody. I don't need the Most High. I don't need to listen to authority. I don't need to take correction. That's an Edomite spirit, man. So you got to take heed to that. That's an Edomite spirit. You know, and we've been here in Babylon too long. You know, if you've been here in Babylon, you picked up that energy, you picked up that spirit. You have to understand where you at. You know, like anything that we do here in this lifestyle, here in this life that we live, the things that you enjoy, this wall, it's all filtered by idols. And if you get too caught up into it, that's what it means, getting caught up into the world. It can lead you astray. That's why humility is important. Being humble and being able to take correction is important, man. You don't understand. It's Psalms 25. Let's go to Psalm 25. Okay. Right. 125. This is Psalm 125 and verse 1. It says, "They that trust in the Lord shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be removed." It says, "but abideth forever." So they that's going to trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, believe me. It's a privilege to even be able to call on those names and believe on it and understand the scriptures like you do, and go into the deep mysteries of the scriptures if you're able to. You know, that comes from a Mashiach Yahushua. That don't come from any other spirit. It says, "As the mountains are round about Jerusalem," wherever we are, you know, we are Jerusalem. So you gotta, when it says the mountains, the governments, you gotta understand where you at. You know, as the mountains are around about Jerusalem, so the Lord is round about his people, hence forever, even forever. It says, "For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands into iniquity." You know, that's a part of humility too. Not getting. That's why taking orders and being able to take correction, understanding what you're a part of, is important, so that your hands don't get involved into iniquity. Because wherever we are at, we are Jerusalem. The Lord is going to protect us, but you got to believe that for yourselves. Like it says here, it says the mountains, which represent governments, are round about Yasharallah. So the Lord is round about his people from henceforth, even forever. It says, "For the rod of the wicked shall not rest upon the lot of the righteous," meaning it's almost over with for you, Jacob and Esau. I mean, it's lucky for you, Jacob, Esau and Eve. It's almost over for you. It says, "The lot of the righteous, lest the righteous put forth their hands into iniquity. Do good, O Lord, unto those that be good." It says, "Unto them and to them that are upright in their hearts." You know, being upright in heart has to do, a lot of that has to takes place in humility as well, in proper judgment, because people don't make a lot of people, they make judgments out of how they feel a lot of times, and you have to be able to take your feelings out of a lot of the things that you thought you knew. A lot of things we thought we knew, we gotta say, yeah, F all of that. You gotta take our feelings out of it, man. Go to Sirach 41. Sirach 41 and 8. Sirach 41 and 8. It says, "Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High God." It says, "For if ye increase," it says, "it shall be to your destruction. If ye born," and this is to those that have taken, that don't know how to, because being humble and taking the low, that's a part of godliness. Loving your brotherly love. You know, the sisters, teaching the women. You know, stop. You know, with the, I don't have to listen to nobody. You know, being in order in a sense. That has to do with humility. That has to do with coming in to something, you know, being a part of something bigger than yourself. This is bigger than just you. You know, whoever you may be. You know, you got to think this is the heavens armies getting prepared to deliver us, man. And you know, moseying around the house. I don't care. I do whatever I want. You know, and then you don't even do half-ass do the work. That's what it says. You show me. It talks about that in James. He says, I'm roughly paraphrasing it. You know, you say faith without works, and I will show you my works, or my faith by my works. So like I'm probably butchering that. If I am, so like you posted in there, it says, "I will show you my works by my faith by my works." That's what I wanted to get at. because a lot of people think that's just going to be their works that gets them into the kingdom. But truth be told, you can work your whole entire life, man. That's why this is scary, and still be weeded out at the end. Remember, Moses was his chosen vessel, and right before he could even, get into the kingdom, the Lord stopped him. He told him, no, because you took glory away from him, you will not enter into the land, you know. And we know that the Lord can orchestrate some poetic justice, man, you know. So it's a fearful thing, man. Uh, yeah, so just continuing reading on. Actually, I'm gonna start at verse 6. This is verse 5. Sirach 41:5 says, the children of sinners are abominable. It says, children of sinners are abominable. Who are the sinners? Those who was given the law was given to Israelites that continue, that love to sin, pretty much, that are indulged in sin, that become wicked. It says, are abominable children, and they that are conversing in the dwelling of the ungodly. Those that hate correction, those that are more invested into this world than it is the sheep, the flock of Yamashiach Yahushua. Depart from me, for I'm holier than thou, Israelites. You got your time coming, motherfucker. You got it coming. It says, it's verse 6. It says, the inheritance of sinners shall perish. It says, but their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. You see. So if we're just gonna have a generation of degenerates, what's the point of you even being a part of this? If you're promoting worldly things, as far as us being Israelites, we're supposed to be separate from the world. That's what it means to be separate, not indulging in the things of this world to fish for Israelites. That's filthy lucre. That's another sense of filthy lucre. Yes, clout is money, in a sense, and that if you using clout to draw people in, that's fake, man. It says the children will complain of an ungodly father. It says because they have reproached for his sake. Verse 8, it says, woe be unto you, godly men which have forsaken the law of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. And if ye be born, it shall be born to, so like ye shall be born to a curse. If ye die, a curse shall be your portion. So that's what you got to look for. It's what you like to do. You like to laugh and mock the prophets, the elders, and the apostles that been laboring, that care for your souls, that do this for you. You think this is just a game? I can just do whatever the hell I want to do. Nah, man. Nah, somebody had somebody teach them something. Even if it was the Heavenly Father that gave you a lesson about yourself, that you do need to listen to somebody. I know He's done that for me, several times. I could say that humbly. It says, all that are in the earth shall turn to the earth again. It says, but the ungodly shall go from a curse to destruction. The ungodly shall go from a curse to destruction. That's the wicked Israelites we see today. So if you're in this fold and you've been given an opportunity to make a change, you've been given an opportunity to understand this, or to come up under the tutelage of one of the elders or apostles or whoever, if it's in your city, or wherever have you, if you got the Spirit, the Holy Spirit of truth, man, that automatically seals you and separates you from this world. Now you got to move different. When you got to move different, I mean, it's a battle, but it's easy. It's not easy. Let me put it like this. The Lord, having faith, the faith in the Lord makes the things that are hard so much easier to go through when you have foresight, you know what's coming, So I'm gonna go ahead and go to, I'm gonna end it right here. I didn't know I had that. So I'm gonna go to Romans 3 and I'm gonna end it. So, might as well read that too. Romans 3. Yeah, Romans 3, chapter 2, verse 27. Actually, I'm going to read verse 26. It says, to declare, I say, at this time, his righteousness, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Yahweh in the name of Yahushua, that he might be just, and the justifier of him which believeth in Yahushua. So Yahweh, remember what King David said? He said, blessed is he who the Lord imputeth not sin. Who shall lay charge to the Lord's elect? If you're in this fold, stay here, man. To the best of your ability, hold on to this and stay here. I'm telling you, you're in the best places you can be in right now out of faith. It says, where is boasting then? It is excluded. By what law? Of works? Nay, but the law of faith. It says, therefore we conclude that a man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law. It says, is he the God of the Jews only? Is he not also of the Gentiles? Yes, of the Gentiles also, because he came to save all of Yasharallah. All of them, it says the Gentiles too. There was Israelites that became Gentiles in the wilderness. They became Hellenized. They became Roman citizens, but they were not, they fell away from their heritage. They wasn't really considered Jews by the Jews anymore. They were castaways, considered castaways, and lowly, and they were just discarded from the upper class Jews, if you will, you know, that knew who they was, which is all the children of Israel. This is the southern kingdom. That's what the Jews were. But they were the ones that kept the tabernacle during the Maccabees. They rebuilt the temple. But that's something else. It says, is he not? Is he, Salaki say, yes, of the Gentiles also, the Gentile Israelites, coming back to who they are. It says, seeing it is one of God, it said, which shall justify the circumcision by faith, and the uncircumcision by faith. That's the faith of Abraham right there. The circumcision by faith and the uncircumcision through faith. Do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. It said, we establish the law. That's when it talks about when you establish the law, Yahweh Shah lives in you. So the things that you do, as according to your life by way of the Spirit, you should be doing those things and manifest. Like his example in your everyday life is how you manifest the fruits of the Spirit, man. And it's an everyday thing, man. It's not going to happen overnight. It's something that you work on, that you put effort into. You start. It's an effort. Get you a routine. Get you something that helps you build on yourself. Get you. If you have to be around brothers, sometimes you might have to sacrifice time to do things that you don't like to do. But at the end of the day, it's the faith. It's humility, faith. Understand that humility and faith is still a important lesson in this walk. And a lot of people are going to miss the mark on that. They're going to miss the mark on mercy. They're going to miss the mark on what true love represents, on charity. And they're going to be called to question. You don't want to be those type of brothers. You don't want to be those type of sisters. So I pray this is edifying. In the name of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Yahawadah, in the name of Yahweh Shah, Barakatham, and still enduring the faith. Shalom.